Dear Mayor Berke, words cannot express our gratitude for your constant support, leadership, influence, and dedication to Signal Centers and to Baby University. We know and our families know that you have truly been alongside us every step of the way for every single event possible, cheering our Baby U families and our staff on from the very beginning. I'd like to say that the program has developed into so much more than I could have ever asked or imagined, and it's been beyond rewarding to get to work with you all these years, and with Donna, and of course with our incredible staff, interns, and community partners, all as one team to help our families meet their goals.
More than 900 families served. We've had over 100 births, but it's really not just about that. It's about all the people who've gone to college, who've graduated from high school, who've enrolled in some kind of trade or technical program, who've gotten a job, and as a result, their entire lives have changed.
From a modest staff of just 4, we have morphed into this incredible intensive case management program with a team of 11 people. We have been able to serve hundreds of families and about 1,000 total people.
Our capacity to serve and to show compassion for our neighbor. Armando Quintero has taken it upon himself to deliver much needed supplies for our Baby U families, many of whom might not be able to source these supplies themselves.
And they cannot get the diapers and wipes anywhere. Mira, te traigo 2 cajas de pañales. ¿Qué tan importantes son estos pañales?
It was vital that Baby University find a driver that was bilingual so we could serve all of our families equally.
La situación está bien difícil.
Well, it's made me feel very good. Help people that cannot have access to these kind of things, especially in this time. And it's a blessing.
There also have been over 100 babies born into Baby U who have had a healthy start to life, born at a healthy birth weight, and born on time. Most of our children are also developmentally on track, and 2020 was the first year that we got to see babies born into Baby U entering kindergarten ready and developmentally prepared for school. We've worked very closely with our teen parents, as you know, many of whom have had very little or very strained familial support. We've seen these teens not only stay in school, but also graduate on time, and many of them have even gone on to college, some of them being the first generation to enter college in their whole family. And all of them have delayed additional pregnancies until after graduation or later. Again, we've seen maybe about 15 parents enter college, and the implications, as you know, are for the difference that this will make in terms of their total lifetime earnings are just incredible.
I had my associates in May, go on and finish out with my bachelor's degree, and then on to law school after that to get my Juris Doctor's degree.
And last but not least, we've also seen an enhanced fatherhood commitment, a commitment and dedication to be engaged in their children's lives as good partners, good parents, and good co-parents. And through it all, you've been our biggest supporter, allowing us to walk beside our families, partnering with them and coaching them around the impact of the earliest, most formative years. We hope that you know how grateful we are for your trust, dedication, and support. Thanks to you and your vision, we know that we are moving the needle, providing that support to help parents and their children to be safe, healthy, and thriving.
Jeffrey Stubblefield, a 2nd grader at Belvoir Christian Academy, recently won the TriStar Reads Summer Reading Competition, hosted by Tennesseans for Student Success. The Stubblefields have a different connection to Signal Centers, though. They were one of the first families to enroll and graduate from Baby University. Their Baby U case managers connected them to early literacy resources like Read 20 and Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which helped them foster a love for reading for both Jeffrey and his sister.
As important as this award is to us, is more important the character he's developed through the outreach of the various organizations and through his perseverance in reading and developing a love of reading has helped develop his character, which is the most important thing.
Hello, Mayor Berke. I just want to thank you for everything that your partner program, Baby University, has done for our family. When we moved here 6+ years ago, Baby University was the first contact we made in the community, and it helped us at an instrumental time for both of our children. Jeffrey, who recently won a statewide reading award that I made you aware of, and also our daughter Julia, who's 5 years old. And so we just can't thank you enough for your leadership and vision for Chattanooga, and we wish you the best in your new endeavors. On behalf of myself, John Stubblefield, my wife, Carmela Stubblefield, Jeffrey Stubblefield, and Julia Stubblefield.
Say hi, Mr. Mayor. Say thank you so much for all the funding you have provided for the baby you. We're going to miss you. And it has been a great help to me and all three of my children.
So from the bottom of my hearts, we thank you for trusting us to implement your vision of Baby University.
I'm Mayor Berke. I'm Joyce Jackson, Deputy Director with Baby University, and I want to thank you for the 2.5 years of service with Baby University.
Thank you, Mayor Berke.
Thank you, Mayor Berke.
Thank you, Mayor Berke.
Thank you so very much for everything that you've done for Baby University.
I want to thank you.
And I want to thank you. Just want to thank you.
I want to thank you.
Just thank you for the opportunity that we get to our families and our community.
Good afternoon, Mayor Berke. I can't tell you how grateful I am for all of your influence with Baby University for the past few years. But I also have to say it's more than that. You know, when I first met you, my first meaningful conversation was about TANF. You were then Senator Berke, and I came to your law offices over on Fraser Avenue when I was working on the TANF program. I had helped to start a statewide counseling program because I knew that mental health was a major issue for many TANF recipients. So I came to you to talk about that and the policy to work first, and that my opinion was that it would be a failed policy. You were insightful, you challenged my assumptions, and yet you were very empathetic to the families we serve. You suggested that I advocate strongly for what I believed in, and I did. I even went to Washington with the Tennessee Justice Center to speak to our legislators and other states' legislators as well. Our group was totally unsuccessful, but I found another way, and we managed to get state funding to help with the program. A few years later, I was serving on the Interagency Coordinating Council for the Department of Education at the state. We were dealing with TEIS, disability services for young children, and it was required that we have a legislator sit on the council. And again, I called on you. You accepted, and I think to this day, you were the only senator, I believe, who ever actually attended any of the meetings, despite being assigned to the council. Then in 2016, 17-year-old Jamie McConaughey was in despair after the election, and B. Lurie suggested that I encourage Jamie to campaign locally for you during your second term, and she became an intern on your re-election campaign. She improved her ping pong skills, she learned to phone bank, and more importantly, she began to believe that her voice and her vote mattered. In fact, in high school, she was awarded the Ox Oaks Award for Civic Engagement in her senior year. She went on to phone bank for Stacey Abrams and others while attending Oglethorpe, and she will never again believe she doesn't matter. She donates to this day to causes she believes in and supports candidates who share her concerns. So why am I saying all this when we're clearly here to talk about how much you have meant to Baby University? Because with all of the things that you've done and all that you've had to deal with during your term, the tornadoes, terrorism, the pandemics, perhaps your greatest legacy is that you always show up. You care deeply for your fellow citizens. You listen to those without power. You encourage the best in all of us, and you fulfill the promises you made to leave us better than you found us. Your personal empathy and authenticity have challenged all of us to use our influence and our might to help others. And I am so very grateful for that. There is a class of social workers, young social workers across our city who got their start with Baby U and who met with you and heard you challenge them to care for others and to do our best to empower our fellow citizens. Amanda Gorman's poem, The Hill We Climb, ends with 3 lines that I've read 1 million times now. For there is always light, if we're only brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. And you have helped us to see it and to be it. And so thank you for all you've done for Chattanooga, for Signal Centers, for Baby U, but most of all, for those in our community who just need a little help to take their next step, to be the light also. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mayor Berke, for all of your generosity and your support of Baby University. We will really miss you.
And I have every faith, every bit of faith, that over the next 5 years, Baby U will do even more for our city. Thank you so much.